Freedom's greetings, Helldivers. Ervin here to give you the details on all the new leaks that dropped with the latest update for what is likely to be the upcoming content due to release during the anniversary. It's no exaggeration to say it's been months since the last time we had some real leaks to look through, and after filtering out the obviously fake ones, we've got a lot to talk about today, so let's just get straight to it. Let's start off with the bad news. What epic surprise gift did you think Arrowhead had planned for the anniversary? Did you guess it was yet another reskinned basic suit of medium Democracy Protects armor? Because if you did, congratulations, you were right. Added for free to further clutter everyone's armor selection will be the B-22 Model Citizen Medium Armor. For what it's worth, this recolor does look quite nice, and if I was to actually wear a Democracy Protects medium armor, this one would probably be my choice out of what's available. We may have swiftly received the new Servants of Freedom Warbond, but one weapon went unaccounted for within the Warbond. The new CQC-5 Combat Hatchet has leaked alongside this latest patch as yet another one-handed melee sidearm. This one featuring no stun buildup like the stun baton, but over double the DPS, dealing 110 damage per swing. This amount of damage is, funny enough, the same as the lance, but with the axe's superior swing arc and swing speed, the combat hatchet is set to be, in my opinion, the most practical and useful of the melee weapons, as the stun very rarely prove to be a factor in my experience, and they can't fight back if the raw damage of your weapon just simply kills the enemy. As keep in mind, with the peak physique armor passive equipped, this hatchet will instead be dealing 220 damage per swing, enough to knock out the medium and light vote lists as well as anything the size of a hunter or smaller in a single swing. Currently, I theorize that this axe is likely going to be showing up in the superstore alongside the Warbond tomorrow. Next up, we've got new models of what appears to be a much larger automaton fabricator. Although the model could always be resized, we currently have no reason to believe it will be. We speculate that this special fabricator will be tougher to bring down than a standard one to break up the meta of just throwing strafing runs at the fabricators until the base dies from relative safety, likely requiring an either anti tank level weapon to destroy or even potentially a spear, OPS, 500 kg, or even hell bomb to take out if they decide to make it an objective similar to gunship fabricators. This facility seems to be more than large enough to spawn in hulks, but not quite large enough for factory striders to be walking out of it. This leads experts to believe that this spawner is meant to bring the previously leaked assault walkers into the battlefield. This further corroborated by some new dialogue lines talking about how these new automaton walkers were built to mirror our own exosuits, making us currently believe this new enemy may very well be close at hand. The Assault Strider has also received a rename in this update, now being referred to as a War Strider. This new enemy is set to feature Class 4 armor across its entire body, with its torso featuring a hardy Class 5 armor, meaning anything below anti tank capability is going to need to aim for the legs on this guy. Attached to the War Strider's back are two mounted rocket launchers similar in design to the Rocket Devastator, firing swarms of the same style of rockets before needing to reload and eventually running out of rockets after two reloads. Attached to the arms of this new enemy will also be two Hulk sized laser cannons featuring all of the fun of the current Hulk lasers, dealing massive damage and ragdolling your Helldiver near infinitely if caught in the line of fire. If there's one thing we know for sure, it's that the appearance of the War Strider will mark the day of a massive shift in tactics and difficulty on the automaton front. Next up, for story reasons I won't be spoiling, it seems our next major order is going to be focusing on finally entering the Gloom. The story has been building towards this moment for some time, and the research as to how we'll be entering this intergalactic gas cloud unharmed is nearing its completion. Upon entering the Gloom, as we've talked about on the channel previously, we'll be set upon by the all new Predator brood of Gloom mutated Terminids, which, as of this patch, have received their textures finally, and man, oh man, are they ugly. We do not yet know their exact capabilities, but we still do have reason to believe these Terminids will either feature cloaking capabilities similar to a Stalker, or otherwise significantly be more agile than they already are. Either way, they are sure to be a deadly threat for our Helldivers, and I have to imagine it's also going to be absolutely hell to see in the Gloom, as if it wasn't difficult enough to see on Terminid planets already. And very quickly before I get into the next segment, I also want to correct a mistake I made during my recent breakdown of the Warbond release tomorrow. It does seem that even when not heated up, the new sickle is currently set to release as a medium penetrating weapon. The conflicting information and reason behind this mistake was that the in game tooltip currently just says light penetration. Whether this is a bug on Arrowhead's part and it's meant to heat up to medium pen, or just your standard Arrowhead tooltip mistake, we'll know when the Warbond releases shortly. If it does turn out that it's just medium penetration all the time and pseudo infinite ammo, I imagine those that love volume of fire are, of course, also going to love the new sickle. We have also received footage of a new stratagem that's been in the file since the game released, and it's about as unimpressive as you all imagined it to be. Behold, a deployable chest high wall with a grenade launcher attached to it. Yeah, now seeing this, you might wonder, why on earth would I not just have a grenade launcher and take cover with it? And to that I would say, good question, Helldiver. Anyway, this thing is likely set to release sometime within the next month, so get ready to make room for it in your loadouts soon, guys. Oh, and finally, the best of all, the chainsword was leaked by Iron Sights. No, just kidding. This is 100% the most fake thing I have ever seen. Would have been cool if it wasn't, but yeah, not real. If you happen to see this posted anywhere, just yeah, not happening. And that will just about do it for my coverage of the leaks this patch. If you enjoyed the video, and only if you did, be sure to like the video and share it around so I know you're interested in my continued coverage of this content into the future. And following this video's release, I'm going to be up at 5 a.m. my time testing all the new gear in the Servants of Freedom Warbond within some of their own videos. So, if you want a rapid follow up on all of the details surrounding our new gear, be sure to subscribe to the channel, as I'll be among the first dropping videos on each piece to give you all the information you need to decide if the Warbond's worth your time or not. Thank you to my coffee supporters who help keep the channel going, and thank you for watching till the end. I'll see you next time. Hello there, Mr. Factory Strider, sir.
What the? That's important.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, the god! Ah!
Oh, well, that's
That was 100 to 0. That didn't even turn. Just the gun looked at me.